Hello, learners. How are you? Hope you are fine. Let me introduce myself first. I am Pralay Ghosh, a trained graduate teacher of Kendriya Vidyalaya number 2 Itanagar, and I am an English teacher. Today I am making this video for e-learning purposes. My today's topic is The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov. It is taken from the book Beehive of class 9. So let us have some idea about the author. Isaac Asimov was an American writer and professor of biochemistry at Boston University. He was known for his work of science, fiction, and popular science. Asimov was a prolific writer who wrote or edited more than 500 books and an estimated 90,000 letters and postcards. So, this is something remarkable for any writer. 90,000 letters. Can you imagine 90,000 letters and 500 books? This is huge. Now, uh, he was born on 2nd January 1920 in Russia, died 6th April 1992, New York, United States. He wrote some short stories like The Last Question, The Fun They Had, and more. Movies, he has done some movies, An Eye, Robot, Nightfall, The End of Eternity. Now, okay, so what is your idea about a virtual class? Before I came to the text, so I'm asking you a question, that is, what is your idea about a virtual class? First of all, you need to know the word virtual. The virtual means occurring on computers or internet. So, what is virtual classroom? A virtual classroom is an online learning environment that allows for live interaction between the tutor and the learners as they are participating in e-learning activities. See, in the first picture, there are laptops and the sign of world, and all the datas are exchanging through the laptops. So this is called the virtual ground. Okay, and in the second picture, some of them are some men and women are sitting on a table, sitting on chair, and they are just making some video conferencing with the other person behind the screen. So they are the exchanging their views through video conferencing. This is called the live interaction. Now, let us come to the another important point, that is the difference between present day school come human teacher and future teacher. So, who is a human teacher? Human teacher is like me. A man or a woman, a madam or sir is teaching you. Okay, this is something human teacher. Okay, and what is a future teacher? Future teacher is like a robotic teacher. Robot will teach you all the things. You love to dance, the robot will make you dance. You love to sing, robot will help you sing in singing. Okay, so this is the difference between the present day school teacher or future or robotic school teacher. And you also like geography, you like maths, you like physics. So the robotic teacher will help you in every domain and in every subject at their level best. Okay, so this is the basic difference. Now, move on to the next segment. Have you ever thought that what will happen if robots replace the teacher? This is something interesting, I think. And there is a video for you. Hope you'll enjoy it. So, let's start.
Flashing light won't let me go. Your ultra loud beam staring at my soul. Your galaxy, my shooting star. A supernova aiming straight for my heart. No one does it better than, better than. No, no one does it better than, no one does it better than, no one does it better than. And she beat me at darts, and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders recorded was when she stood on the stool after dancing to Katie singing to trad tunes. I never heard Gary Fergus ever sung so sweet. I could cappella in the bar using her feet for a beat, or I could have that voice playing on repeat for a week. And in this blacked out room space she was singing to me. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. I really just wanted to I took her by the down, I get a fool around. Just wanna dance, 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 dance. I know you want me, but I don't care, baby. Just wanna dance, 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 dance. I'm on to I'm done.
Okay. In present time, student used to go to their teacher's house. But in future, teaching will be done through robot, the mechanical teacher. So it is clear from the second point that there will be no human teacher to teach you. There will be only robots, the mechanical teacher to teach you. Now, come to the third point. Margie and Tommy are the primary characters of the story. Margie comes to know from Tommy that their ancestor used to go to school and there were books, human teachers, which are very much surprising for her because she never saw such kind of things earlier. So, it is quite natural that when someone is getting all the lessons through a robot and suddenly she heard that long ago some human teachers were there to teach the humans. Okay, so this is something like very much surprising for her. Okay, now come to the last point. Lastly, Margie feels that their ancestor had a lot of fun when they went to school. So when we read the story, we feel that school life is very good, and we are fortunate that we have real school where we go, meet friends, and get a chance to study together. Okay, so this is the introduction. Let us come to the next point, that is the summary of the story. Okay. So the summary goes like that. It is the year 2157. Margie makes a diary which reveals that Tommy has come across a book printed on paper. The pages of the book have turned yellow and wrinkled, which proves that it existed a century ago. The book is peculiar in sense that it had the same words on it and it had when they read it for the first time. They were not moving like that on a computer or television screen. So, we come to know from the first paragraph that Margie, the primary character of the story, came across a book which was a bit old. As the pages of the book are printed and have turned yellow. To Margie, it is peculiar as the same type of words are written on the pages and they were not moving like that on the computer or television screen. So this is so much surprising for her. Okay, now come to the second point. Tommy calls it a waste. Once the book is read, it is of no use. The television screen has had a million books on it and one cannot throw it away. Margie is of the same opinion, but she is curious to know what the book is about. Tommy tells her that it is about school. She hated school, but now she hated it more than ever because her mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography and she had been doing worse and worse. Her mother sends for the county inspector who is a round little man. So, according to Tommy, this kind of book is a waste. Means that this kind of old book is a waste as it has no use in 2157. So, this is something like antique to him. To him, a television screen is the best platform to read all the books. Margie also thinks that, but she does not like school and she hated the school as her performance in geography is getting worse and worse. So her mother was worried about her performance and sent her to the county inspector. Now comes to the third point. So he tells her mother that it was the Marge's fault, but the geography sector of the mechanical teacher was graded too quick and he has slowed to an average 10-year level. He assures Margie and her mother that there will be no problem henceforth. So the county inspector, he tells her mother that, the county inspector tell her mother that uh, it was not Marge's fault, but the geography sector of the mechanical teacher was a grade too quick, and he has slowed that. Okay, so this is the means the geography sector of the mechanical teacher of Margie was not in a good shape. It was in a bad shape, but the county inspector made all the things and solved the things. Okay, now, comes to the fourth point. Margie is curious to know about the school that existed in the past. Tommy tells her that it is not their kind of school. That is the old kind of school that they had centuries ago. The student had a human teacher who taught them and gave them homework. It is and also asked them questions. Margie argues that a man cannot be smart enough. Now, Tommy tells all the things related to old type of schools when human teacher used to teach the student and gave them homework and there were no mechanical teachers. Margie is of the opinion that human teachers can't be smart enough. Okay, so now comes to the last point. The next point. Tommy further tells her that teachers did not live in a house. They had a special building. Now all the kids go there. The kids of the same age learn the same thing. Now it is Margie's school time. She goes into the school room, which is right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher is on and waiting for her. She puts her homework in the slot with a sigh. So it is clear from the first line that the teachers of the past days like ours had a special building and all the kids went there for study, so it is very natural for us, but it is unnatural for Margie because she does not have that kind of experience. Okay, it is very interesting that Margie's schoolroom is just right to her bedroom and the mechanical teacher was waiting for her to teach. Okay, so this is the main thing. So, come to the last point. Margie is still thinking about the old school and when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. Grandfather means the ancestor, okay? All the kids from the whole neighborhood came, laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together at the end of the day. Those school was far better than the school of today because they offered great fun to the student. So Margie So lastly, Margie thought that the school of the past days were very good when they were so fun and all the students were having fun. But in now today's school, but means the Margie's time school, there were no human teachers. There are no fun. Only mechanical teaching. So this is something odd to him, odd to her. Okay, so she does not like that kind of school very much. Okay, so that was the summary, and now some question and answer are there. Okay, so prepare well, and do read the text carefully. Okay, and solve the question. First question is, how old are Margie and Tommy? Answer: Margie and Tommy live in the future in the year 2157. They are neighbors and spend time together. Margie is a girl of 11 years while Tommy is a boy of 13. Okay. Second one. What did Margie write in her diary? On 17th of May 2157, Margie wrote that day Tommy found a real book in the attic of his house. It was an old book, yellow and crinkly pages. Okay, so this is the second answer. Third answer is, had Margie ever seen a book before? So, no, Margie had not seen a book before. The one found by Tommy in his house. She had only heard from his grandfather that his grandfather went to school as a boy and they read the book were printed on paper. Okay, so comes to the next question, that what things about the book did she find strange? Answer: as Margie lived in an era where students studied from a mechanical teacher and all the books appeared on the screen, she found it strange that the words on the printed book did not move. So it was very much surprising for her because the words were not moving. Okay, it is only printed. It was strange to see the same words appear on the pages as she flipped them over. So it is very much surprising for her. Now comes to the fifth number of question. What do you think a telebook is? A telebook is an electronic book, also known for an e-book. It is stored in a computer and can be read by scrolling up and down on the screen. Okay, so this is a very important question. That is, what is a telebook? Now comes to the last point. So, where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? Answer: Margie's school was in her house. It was a room next to her bedroom. It was a personal classroom where the computer were adjusted to her level of learning. She studied by herself and had no classmates. So it is very interesting. Okay. So now move on to the new words. This is something new for you. That is attic. Attic means a space just below the roof used as a storeroom. And next word is crinkly. Crinkly means with many folds or lines. Loftily. Loftily means in a superior way. Next one is dispute. Dispute means disagree with. Nonchalantly. There is showing not much that kind of interest. Next one is geared. Adjusted to a particular standard or level. And last one is slot. Slot means a given space, time, or position. So this was for you, and please do read the text carefully. Okay, and thereafter you just go through that kind of video